The main event continues. Ravishing Rick Rude against Michael P.S. Hayes, the U.S. heavyweight champion, and, of course, Michael Hayes. We want to remind you to join Jim Ross, the Power Hour, this Saturday morning, 9:05. And this coming Saturday night for WCW Saturday Night, Jimmy Jam Garvin will face Dr. Death. Cowboy Bill Watts will talk about fines levied on Rick Rude and Nikita Koloff for a recent altercation. Plus, Sting will be coming your way on TBS and much more. Ricky Steamboat and Stunning Steve Austin for the World TV title. That match long awaited, so be sure to join us. Right now, Michael Hayes ready to go against Ravishing Rick Rude, the U.S. heavyweight champion. We've talked about the altercations between he and Nikita Koloff. That situation has really picked up to a new intensity.
It's picked up to a new intensity, and Rude certainly has his hands full right here with Michael Hayes. Hayes, former U.S. heavyweight champion himself, and certainly not opposed to breaking a rule or two if he need be. He can match anything Rick Rude wants to throw out at him, and he is right on top of Rude here now, working on his arm, turning on the offensive. I think Rude better pay attention to who he's in the ring with.
Cass and I back towards Medusa. Rude was, of course, Jim Ross' guest host just yesterday here on TBS, and now pulling on the arm, Michael P.S. Hayes. Rude trying to get back on the offensive now. Takes him over. Hayes holds on. Nicely done. Magnum want to remind the fans that next Sunday at 6:05, the main event, we'll show you how Dick Slater and the Barbarian defeated the Freebirds for the U.S. Tag Team title. We were there. It was quite a match.
And now they have the opportunity to be the team that retires those belts.
That's right. That'll be next Sunday here on TBS in the main event. Rude trying to get out of this. Armbar applied by Michael Hayes. And now the referee calls for the break because they're in the ropes. High impact maneuvers though. Into the ropes, far side, the foot made it. And Hayes goes right back to the arm again, so he is right on his strategy now of working on the arm of Rude.
Hayes really on top of his game here. I don't think I've ever seen him look any better. I haven't seen him in singles competition in quite some time, but he's showed me a whole lot here because he's really taking it to the champ.
On the arm again. Fans, don't forget to join me tomorrow night on the Wrestling Hotline. I'll talk about the only team that Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and Terry Bam Bam Gordy do not want to face in the ring. We'll talk about that. Be taking your phone calls all tomorrow up until midnight. Hayes pushing back on Ravishing Rick Rude, and Rude, look at him, just trying to push Hayes back towards the corner.
Well, he's got so much strain right there on that deltoid of Rick Rude. Got a little added leverage there with the tights. Referee wasn't quite in position to see what happened, but in this case, I usually wouldn't say that was too favorable a move, but I think Rick Rude kind of deserves it, to say the very least.
Well, Mag, we've used this old cliche before. You got to fight fire with fire, especially when you're going up against Rick Rude, and not only that, like Cactus Jack in the previous match.
And you've always got that double jeopardy situation. You got Medusa out there trying to be a distraction, but I don't think Michael Hayes is going to let her get involved in this if he's got anything to do with it. He's really focused in on the champ and the title, and right back there, the little added leverage hold again, but he isn't able to keep Rick Rude down.
Rude slips in a knee to Hayes, sending Hayes to the far side. Got a clothesline, actually right on the chest that time, but that arm is hurting. Attribute that to Michael Hayes and his offense early in the match.
Well, he has worn down the champion a little bit, to say the least. You're going to see Rude try to turn this game plan around here a little bit, using that good arm, driving those forearm smashes hard into the lower back area of Michael Hayes, trying to get a weak point here. Stepping over and setting down in that rear chin lock with all of his weight on that lower back area that he just pummeled with all those blows. This is the way you try to wear somebody down, get that one body part, get it worn down. And if you take away that lower back, you take away your whole offense.
Like we said, fans, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Stunning Steve Austin for the World TV title. That's this coming Saturday, 6:05 Eastern here on TBS. What a match that should be. Paulie said we're not going to have it. Cowboy Bill Watts says you don't make the matches, we do. And that match has been signed for next Saturday, or this coming Saturday, actually. Right on the back again. And Rude loves to do the hip gyrations there. But Hayes trying to get back to his feet.
Well, there's going to come a time when that showboat is going to cost him, because if you got a man down like Michael Hayes, you better keep him down, because he's liable to come up and sting you at any moment.
Continuing to work on the back now. Rude measuring up Hayes and goes right down. That may have been on the throat, but here's a cover. 1, 2, got a 2 count off of that blow. And the fans trying to rally behind Michael P.S.A. Abdominal stretch. This match comes to you from center stage, where we'll be tomorrow night. And Medusa.
Medusa trying to distract the referee there. You saw Rude have a little handful of tights, going for a little added leverage, as if there's not enough strain being put on Michael Hayes right now in this abdominal stretch. He's really got all the pressure on the torso, and they're getting a handful of tights again, putting just that added little bit of leverage, trying to make Michael submit.
If Nikita Koloff is looking on, which I'm sure he is, he's finding out, and I'm sure he knew this already, that Rude, the type of athlete that can take a tremendous amount of punishment, but can still stay focused and still stay on his game plan. That's what he's doing to Hayes, a great athlete. Michael Hayes sending Rude down. Good move.
Well, that's why Rude's the champion. He is very resilient. He can take a whole lot of punishment. But now we see Michael Hayes. He's got it back. He's back on that arm, but can he keep it?
Rude with a right hand, staying out of it. Forearm that time. Sent Hayes back to the neutral corner. Here we go. Reversal. Hayes sending Rude in. Down to the midsection. That time may have hurt his back. Flat of the boot right to the midsection. To the chest. To the side of the face. Into the ropes. Missed the clothesline. Hayes tried a flying body press, and he missed. He hit hard on the mat. And now Rude, here it is, Meg. Rude awakening, it's awesome. And that's it.
Here is your winner of the United States Heavyweight Champion, Ravishing Rick Rude.
Tell you what, Michael Hayes gave it a great fight, but Rude came out the winner when Michael missed the flying body press.
Hayes gave Rude a whole lot more competition than he probably thought he would. And here we see it. It's the Rude awakening. Once you get hit with this, you don't get up.
We'll have a final wrap-up here on the main event coming up. Fans, stay with us.